Hey,
Hi there.
how you doing?
I'm doing well and
I'm
yourself?
good. I'm good. I'm just enjoying. Well, it's cloudy, but now it got sunny. I'm in Brooklyn too.
Okay, I'm still out in
Oh,
Texas,
you're still
so
out in Texas?
yeah.
Okay. So you're from Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
What part?
Garrison Beach.
So now I'm from Hell's Kitchen, right? So growing up, I'm 46. So growing up, I didn't really come to Brooklyn much, so I don't really know what's that near.
Garrison Beach is like close to
You near Coney?
yeah, it's between Coney Island and Canarsie, let's put it
Okay.
that way. On the
Okay.
same
Okay.
belt parkway, Coney Island to Canarsie.
So are you Irish? What's your ethnicity?
We're all Irish in Garrison Beach.
So
Irish
that's
and
how it
Italian.
was.
Yeah, everybody from Ireland is like the boat stopped off at Garrison Beach and a bunch of us hopped off and swam into
So
Brooklyn.
So growing up, your neighborhood was all Irish.
Irish and Italian.
Okay. What's it like now?
Same.
Same. Okay.
Never changed.
You still live there?
Um, I live in Brooklyn. My family still lives there. People ask me where I'm from. That's where I'm
Right.
from.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I live in Park Slope, so I sold out because Park Slope now is not what it was growing up.
A lot of Starbucks in Park Slope now.
Yeah. Right. Right. So wait. So did you go to high school and junior high school in
No,
Brooklyn?
I went to Stella Maris in Rockaway in Queens.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I went to in Manhattan, so I didn't know. Maybe we went to the same school, didn't even know it, but I guess
I
not.
went to Stella in Queens, and I went to John Jay College in Manhattan. I graduated
Okay.
from John Jay.
Okay. 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 Would you come to the city a lot growing up?
Not really growing up. Like that was when everybody used to hang out in the village and buy records and stuff. I'm an '80s baby, I'm giving you my age right now, but we used to hang out in the village, smoke weed at the park. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and then buy some records at the what do you
St.
call
Mark.
it? Those
St. Mark's Place, right?
hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't tell my
So,
mom. She don't know about that.
so how old were you when you first started boxing?
28.
Okay, what were you doing before that? Like up to that point, what were you doing?
I was a single mom. I had just gotten divorced. I was working like 6 or 7 jobs to support me and my sister and both of our kids. And I just fell into boxing and I was like, okay, this is how we're going to make money. So I put my whole soul into
Were
it.
you, did you get in a lot of fights coming up, growing up as a kid in school?
Well, I grew up in a really small community and it's like everybody's mom kicked your ass, like in the 80s and 90s, like you was always getting beat out by everybody. I had a bunch of cousins. Everyone in the neighborhood was like family. Everybody, oldest to somebody, oldest to see you smoking cigarettes, smack the shit out you at the park.
I'm telling you, like, so I live in Park Slope, and you hear the way these kids talk to their mothers, and you see this generation doesn't get punched in the face. It just doesn't
No,
happen.
very true. It's very true. Even my daughter, I made a soft one. Like we was just out to dinner with my mom, and me and my brother was laughing, and she was telling stories about how, like, if we didn't finish breakfast, she would put it and make us eat it for dinner. She didn't play around with Dottie.
So you walked into a gym, and what made you go into the gym that day?
My sister bought me a gift certificate. Was like, all you do, and I was working like 6 jobs. She was like, all you do is work. You need some time to yourself. So, like, as a gift, she got me this gift certificate to this little dojo. And I mean, it's no secret after Saturday, right? I'm real good at getting hit. So it was like, okay, I could do this. I could do this.
Okay, okay. Um, and how many amateur fights did you have?
I was an amateur for 18 months. Um, I had about 25 fights, but I won every title you could win as an amateur, from
Oh,
Golden Gloves, regionals, metros, nationals. I was number 1 in the country. So by the time I ripped through the amateurs, I was knocking everybody out. I was like, forget it. We turn pro. And that's what I did.
oh, oh, okay. So what year did you turn pro?
2012 was my first pro fight. Roseland
Okay,
Ballroom in New York.
okay. Well, and you fight out of Gleason's, right?
Yes, it's my home.
I used to fight, but I used to fight out of Church Street, down in the financial
Yeah,
district.
yeah. One of my sparring partners. trains there at Church Street. So
I've been there
I've
for
been
a long time. But Gleason's was always, for everybody watching who doesn't know, Gleason's is probably and always been probably the most known gym in all of New York, right?
Yeah, it's like the oldest, most well-known boxing gym, and Bruce Silverglade, the owner of the gym, is like a father to me. So that has been and will remain my home in boxing.
Were you there? I was just there. Donnie Lalonde did an event. Were you there for that? Like a few
Who?
weeks ago? Donnie Lalonde, you remember him? He fought Sugar Ray Leonard back in the 80s.
Nah, I don't remember. I'm sure I was there. Like I'm there every day of my life.
This was like a private
Uh,
event. Or not private, but the gym was closed and they just had like a charity
I'm,
event. It was like three.
was it an art event?
Yes.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there.
Yeah,
Okay, I was there too, but I didn't. Yeah, yeah. Vinny Paz
yeah,
was there.
yeah, I seen Benny.
Yeah, Barkley. I
hmm
ran Barkley.
hmm I got there early and left because I was training for the fight and I was too tired to be staying around hanging out, you know.
So had you ever sparred with Serrano?
Yeah, we used to spar back in the amateurs. Her coach Jordan had heard there was some girl knocking everybody out in the amateurs. I needed to see what I was all about, so invited me down to Gym X in Bushwick, and I used to spar with Amanda. He was so surprised at how tough I was, and kept inviting me back, and I kept coming, and we've been friends since then.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best moments of that fight was at the end of one of the rounds. You started like pounding your chest, and you were just like
Yeah,
feeling it.
yeah. I mean, it be like that sometimes, you know, like it comes, the emotions come out. The ref was trying to tell me my head was bleeding. Did I want to stop the fight? I was like, get the fuck out of my face. Do I want to stop the fight? You know who I am? so, and then, you know, like to say, I'm good. I'm good.
Right, right. I mean, so did anything surprise you about Amanda
No,
from that fight?
no. I mean, listen, you can't teach what Amanda got. She says it herself. She was blessed. Like God gave her that talent. And like anybody asked me, that bitch hits hard. She hits hard and a lot. I think what I got hit 280 times. I mean, she hits hard. How do you prepare? I sparred with men. I was
Right,
getting hit by grown men, so I could go in there and stand and fight with her.
right. So nothing she did really surprised you.
It wasn't a surprise, and that's not to be disrespectful. It's like, what the fuck is she gonna do? Surprise? How you gonna surprise me? What are you gonna show me that I ain't seen before? I knew exactly what she was gonna do. It hurts. My face hurts, but I wasn't surprised.
I'll say, I really liked how you guys kept it respectful. Like you didn't
We're
have to.
friends. We're friends, and not only are we friends, but we both pride ourselves in the fact that in our long careers we remain so professional. Like this is my job. This is not my life. I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about you. People ask me, "Oh, who do you think should do? What do you think?" It's none of my business. This is my job. The same way you don't go to your job and be talking shit about everybody you see. Why? Just because I could fight, I should be like that. I'm not like that in my real life, and I ain't gonna be like that to somebody I'm fighting. That's my coworker.
Right, right. And yeah, I mean, it was a great event. Great event. You guys were the co-main event, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that was how many people were in attendance live? Do you remember?
I couldn't. I won't say the number because I don't know. But when I walked out, I was like, "Damn, a lot of people."
Is that the most you fought in front of?
Probably. I mean, when I did my debut for Bellator, I fought at the Big Garden where Billy Joe plays his piano, and that shit was packed. Everybody, Hardy, Hardy, Hardy. So I don't know if it's bigger than the Big Garden, but if it is, that's that was the biggest till then.
Are there any people like even men or whatever that you've like really known fighters that you've sparred with that you could talk about that you learned a lot from?
Yeah, there were three. I had three lefties in my camp. The first one, my boyfriend Ty, he gave me hands a couple times, made sure I was tough, ready to go out there. My second most common sparring partner, Joselito Gonzalez. He's
Okay.
my coach, his son, and he's Roman Gonzalez's cousin. Like they come from that family, Chapacito, come from that family, and he was just beating the shit out, like to the point where his dad used to be like, don't hit her like that. And Joselito just really like, nah, we need to get you ready. And I had a couple of sparring partners. I'm sure you saw on my shirt, the Gang Up.
Yeah.
Sydney McCow. He's also a pro from Church Street Boxing.
Okay.
He whooped my ass a couple times to get me ready.
And have you ever sparred in the past with like other well-known fighters? Is there anybody you could talk about, like world champions or anybody that's worked with you?
I mean, I'm a Gleason, so whenever somebody passed through, they always go, come pull up for sparring. Molly McCann, Meatball Molly from the UFC.
Okay.
She came in for some sparring, like, a couple times. Who else? Veronica Jeffrey, Melissa St. Bill, Staples from Gleason's, Alicia Napoleon. These are Gleason's girls. Of course, we all sparred together. We all work together.
Right.
Alicia Ashley, old school. She used to beat the shit out of me earlier in my career.
So how many more years do you see yourself fighting?
So I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah.
No, so you don't have a date or an age?
I didn't pre-write this last chapter. So I'm just going to take opportunities as they come. I know that I put on a good show for everybody on Saturday and showed the world I'm not done yet. I fought the greatest female boxer of all time, arguably, and hung in there. And we put on the fight of the night. I'm not done yet.
No, I mean, how do you feel? How do you feel physically? Like, do you feel just as sharp as you did 10 years ago?
I feel
Sharper?
better. I'm better than I was 10 years ago. Yeah, my technique improved, my strength improved, my team improved. I mean, my face hurts a little bit right now, but outside that, I'm good.
She never hurt you at any point, did she?
It's hard to hurt me. There were a couple of times where I said, like, unless a woman would have dropped, and I know that for a fact, unless a woman would have dropped, I'm conditioned. I'm built well for fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how much of having a good chin do you think is also just your will? Like, I'm not getting hurt. I don't care.
I don't know, man. I'm big on mind over matter. So,
right.
I fucked up I think my ankle or my foot or some shit was fucked up in camp. I don't even remember because I wouldn't give life to it by saying the words, this hurts, this is injured, like I just powered through. But having a good chin got to be like some physics because, why I get punched in the face and don't fall and somebody else does. I don't condition my face. It's just my face.
Right. I think it has a lot to do with will. I really, all the years I've been in the gyms too, I really do.
Yeah, I got no quitting me. My mom taught me that.
No, you don't. No, that's, so like, is there somebody you want to fight next? Is there anything that you're thinking what you want to do next?
But I don't care who I fight if the money's there. I don't care what sport I fight if the money's there. This job has always been about money to me because it's my job. I'm not going to say, I want to fight this girl. No, how much money? I'll fight my mother if they pay me enough.
I just interviewed, what was her name? Christine, the bare knuckle champion. Christine. Shit.
Right.
Yes. So have you done, forgive me, I don't know this, but have you done bare knuckle?
I never did bare knuckle, and she was calling me out for a while, and I was just like, girl, I'll fuck you up. I don't care. We'll fight. I don't care. But they were offering me like $15,000. I'm not going to. You see how some of these bitches come out of the cage looking like what happens to their face after that bare knuckle shit? Like there could be a career ender if you mess up your hands. Like I got fists, I got hands, but I'm not going in there and putting it all on the line for 15 grand. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think she kind of felt that. She was like, you know what? I can't even get mad at you.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna tell me, oh, Heather's scared. Like, come on. If the money's not there, I ain't doing it. Period.
Right. No, I mean, that bare knuckle shit is on it. You're right. I mean, people leave with like mincemeat face.
Yeah. I mean, no way.
Yeah. So you've never done bare knuckle, but you'd be open to it if the money was right.
Right. I go back to MMA if the money's right. I go back in the ring if the money's right. Like, what Cuba says, show me the money. Come on.
What he said. So, of the two disciplines of MMA or boxing, which one do you like better?
Boxing is my soul, but MMA is like just to bring the dog out. Like I don't have a lot of time training and wrestling and jujitsu and stuff, but when you got a fight in soul, I could fight anything. I could fight in any sport. It don't matter. As long as you let me use my hands, I'm good.
There you go, man. The Irish are tough. Did did you see the Crawford fight, Spence Crawford?
Yeah,
What did you think about that fight?
I think it was a beautiful fight between two one percenters. They were great.
Is there any who did you have winning before the fight?
Who did I want
Who
to
did you
win?
think was
I
going to win?
mean, I don't really, and I say this all the time, and people get so mad. I don't really like to be the one to say this person is going to win because you'd be putting bad energy in the air for the other person. Like, why would I want to do that? But the truth of the matter is I always felt like Terence Crawford is the best in the game right now. So this is the only reason why I would say anything about that fight because to me, I always felt like he is the best fighting right now,
Hmm.
always.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so then you were leaning toward Crawford, and were you surprised at how the fight turned out?
No, I mean, like this, it's not really for me to comment on a fight or what happened inside the ring because you don't really know what it took for both them fighters to walk inside. I've been in this game so long, I know what it feels like. Like, I'm sure you had a bad night and then you got to go to work the next day. Maybe you're not the same person. So I know what it feels like. Like, I look at pictures of some of my old fights and I want to cry for the girl I'm looking at standing in the corner because I know what she walked through just to get there.
Mm,
So I don't want to comment on anybody's performance because you really don't know what was fucking with them before they got in there.
right, right. No, I mean, I get that. I get that. So you're coming from a real perspective
Yeah, I
of
mean, like, look, we're not gonna pretend like Spence ain't great. Like, my boyfriend calls it a 1%er. He's like 1%
yeah,
of boxing. He is.
yeah.
He's great.
Hmm.
So it's not for me to say nothing about.
No, no,
It's
no,
not great.
no. I guess more than on Terrence's what he did. I mean, it was very unexpected for most people. Like even people who are leaning for Terrence to win didn't think it would be in that
But
fashion.
everybody been doing that to him his whole career, not thinking he's good enough, not thinking he's going to beat this guy. Oh, this is going to be the one to expose him. And he just washes everybody that they put in front of him
Yeah,
every single time,
yeah,
worse than the guy before. So
yeah,
now he's going to be like that his whole career.
yeah. I mean,
People are going to doubt him, and he's going to put people out, and that's it.
that's true. No, no, that's true. I was leaning towards Bud before the fight, but I didn't. I was a little surprised at how I don't want to say easy because, like you said, nothing is easy in the sport, but how he dominated. I was surprised,
For sure.
but I did think he would win though. Um, who do you think? Who would you want to see Crawford fight next? Would you want to see a rematch with Spence?
I mean, I, I don't know. The funny thing about me is like some of these girls and guys is like dead boxing fans. I love boxing. I watch boxing. I want to see this. I want to see that. Well, I don't even watch boxing matches on TV, really. I like to fight. Who else? Everybody else fight? I don't care. That ain't none of my business. It ain't paying my rent. I don't really put much mind to it, to be
Were
honest.
you a fan of like? Did you watch boxing coming up, like the old
Nah,
timers?
nah.
No.
My sister was like, yo, go try this kickboxing shit. And I had a fight within 3 weeks of trying it. And I beat the shit out of the girl. And I was like, all right, this is what we're doing.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it. Okay. Do you have any? Are there any plans? And do you know anything about your possible next fight or what's happening?
I really don't know. I mean, I'm open to phone calls right now, but I'm sure people is like, let's let this girl chill. Her face probably still hurts. I still have a headache. You know what I'm saying?
You look good though.
So,
You look
what?
good though. You look good.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just taking a couple days off to rest and chill out, hang out with my boyfriend, float around the pool somewhere, have a couple cocktails, some pizza, and just chill. I mean, it's not common that you be talking about your next fight. Like, I always be so tight at that. You're in the ring. Whether you win, especially like when you win, you're in the ring, they be like, what are you doing next? Like, fuck out of my face. I'm going to go home and rest. Like, let me chill a little bit. What I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
next.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have problem? Is it easy for you to make the weight for your fights, or is it
It's never
tough?
easy to make the weight. A lot of people got confused about it because they be feeling like when I got on the scale and I was so relieved and I was crying, it wasn't tears of like from a hard weight cut. It was a standard weight cut. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline. I wasn't drained from it or nothing, but I mean, it was just nobody thought I'd make the weight. Like they had me sign a form that said you're gonna forfeit 30% of your purse if you don't make the weight. My promoter was wondering, are you gonna make the weight? Everybody in the gym, are you gonna make the weight? You know, and I knew I would. So that was just like a personal thing, like to my papa. We did it. We did it. I told everybody I was gonna do it, and I did it. So
Wow. Yeah, yeah. Are you gonna keep fighting at that weight?
it's where the money is. They want me to be skinny, I'll stay skinny. They tell me I can go up to 130, 135. You know, like I'm just chasing the paper right now. That's where it's at. I got a kid in college, a lot of bills, a lot of shit I'm back paying for, things like that. So, and I want to make the most of this. Like women's boxing, I used to box for $50 a round. I
Yeah.
used to sell $15,000 in tickets, pack a venue in New York. I make $500 for the fight,
Wow.
$600 for the fight. I won my world title on HBO. I made $20,000 for that fight on HBO at Madison Square Garden. So to be able to take part in this sport when there's money
Wow.
being made, you know, I'm gonna take every chance I can.
Yeah, I mean, when I was fighting, it was $100 a round for beginners. But like, I mean, look, I hope you did well with this fight. I know that I hear Jake Paul takes care of the female fighters, but I hope you did really well.
Yeah, I made a career high, so it
Good,
was very satisfying.
good, good. And now it puts, hopefully, it sets that bar high for you. So now this is what you get minimum.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, man, I enjoyed watching you fight.
Thank you.
I want to see you fight again. Maybe I'll bump into you in Gleason's. Thanks for talking to me.
Of course, thanks for having me.
All right,
Have a good
peace.
one.